Buffeting winds roll through the forest, bending and rocking trees around the running teenager in ripped clothes. She can't remember how long she's been running for. She can barely remember what she's running from. Cold steel needles, concrete walls, men in masks. What she remembers is pain, and like a wounded animal, she runs until she can't run anymore. The constant deluge of heavy droplets hammer down on everything, turning the dirt under her bare feet into mud. What drives her on is light, constant warm light of electric bulbs rather than the cold flicker of neon tubing. Pausing at the tree line, kneeling between large gnarled roots, rain dripping down her face like tears, she can barely hear the whir of the generator in the shed behind the log cabin before her. It's hard to hear anything over the white noise of the leaves and the rain hitting the nearby lake. The building stands on stilts, and she can see the dry space under the structure, open and inviting. Shadows move across the drawn blinds inside. Crossing the lawn, confident that no one can hear her or see her, she crawls under the log cabin and finally allows herself to collapse into a ball on dry earth, shivering. Feet clomp on the floorboards overhead, bending the wood ever so slightly along with the sound of muffled voices. Curious, she places a dirt-streaked ear against the boards. I don't know, a girl whines. What if one of the counselors catches us? Shh, the boy hisses. Not so loud or they'll catch us. Come on, it's just a short run to the generator shed. It was topped up just before we went to bed. No one's going to check and no one's going to hear anything in this storm. It'll be fine. Okay, she agrees hesitantly, keeping her voice low now. Please tell me you've got a rubber. Of course I do. The two move as the boy pulls the girl towards the back door. After a moment, it opens and the two figures sprint for the shed, holding raincoats over their heads in scant protection against the elements. The girl under the cabin can only see their bare feet glistening in the light before the boy closes the door behind them, shutting out the flash from lightning striking the mountains in the distance. By her head is a discarded milk carton, maybe a decade old, with the picture of a missing child smiling at her, a little girl named Riley Dorsey. It's probable that this is some place you have to hike to. The sky is very dark blue gray from horizon to horizon, where you can't really see the horizon because you're in a bit of a valley here, but above the mountains.
But she kind of twists out with one finger. I'm going to say it's her little finger. Twirls it around in a circle, and part of the shadows get a little bit darker and thicker, and she reaches into it and comes out through another place that looks vaguely like a less hostile xenomorph hive.
Like I said, I'm Laurie Murray. I'm the school counselor. I'm here looking after some kids. We're on a hike camp thing. Um, what's your name?
She thinks back to her escape and one of the guards calling out, "She's random," and pops. "I'm random."
I think it's probably a best idea if if we all take you back to base camp. We can call some people and get you some help, okay?
And she's kind of looking around and thinking through various plots, trying to decide what the likelihood of that leading to bad things happening is.
Well, it's a large cargo plane in silver. It looks older, though, like what we would consider a World War II era plane. It crashes into like beyond the tree line. Laurie goes over to runs over to the phone, which is a big rotary phone. So as he's dialing the number for the police, it takes a long time. Tick 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 tick. tick, 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 tick. He swears at it vociferously and throws down the receiver and says, "He's dead."
Random kind of does a combination of slump and bear up because now she's thinking movie started. The plane dropped something. The plane dropped something.
Mm. Ori looks like he's about to say something when a young black girl runs halfway down the stairs and says, "Say, did you see that? Did you see that?" Yeah, yeah, Misha, we definitely saw that. Look, just keep you all stay upstairs. I I should probably go take a look, just in case someone survived. He goes over and realizes that Random's got his raincoat, grabs his flashlight, says, I'm sorry, Random, could I get my coat back? I've got to go and see if, you know, if there are any if there are any survivors."
She uh, nods and then takes the raincoat off and hands it over.
Okay. You gonna be right to stay here? Like, stay by the fire, finish your soup. Don't worry about it. I'll be back before you know it.
Right.
Okay. Ori throws on the raincoat and steps out into the storm to circumnavigate the lake. What is Random doing?
Random is going to look for somewhere um, to go. Is going to wait till she can. She's still got doing the vampire eyes thing right now, so she could probably still watch him. Wait till he's not quite where he might be noticing her following, and she's going to try to follow along to make sure he stays safe. Uh, I don't know. I never considered this possibility, but there is currently a door underneath the cabin. Is it possible she can kind of keep a partial door open on one of the remaining three fingers that she hasn't used and keep listening for stuff going on in the cabin?
I would say yes.
Okay. Um, so she's going to try to sneak after him.
All right. First of all, I'll get you to do a change the game to see how well you can listen in on the cabin.
There is already a path there, so I'm going to mark path through the garden. There is already a door there.
Right.
Okay, so
So
monsters can hide again, though. I'm going to keep
uh,
monst.
re-
Sorry,
remember, this is to change the game, right?
you're right, not to sneak around, so I don't want to use that in case I need it. I do want to keep monster movie mantras because I've still got vampire eyes, and being able to see in the dark could help. I also
Agree.
think stack three mantras because I might end up changing what mantras are there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
oh, for listening in, going to click doors to the garden, and that'll be
Yep.
it.
This is good. Let's see. Placement limits.
Definitely, because there's limited types of places she can put doors.
Yep. And remember to mark attention on mobility and subversion. You, unless you've already done subversion, and I
I
forgot to do it.
haven't.
There we go.
I am bad at marking that. Okay. So change the game.
Yep. So yes, would you create a story tag?
I'm going to create two story tags.
Cool.
I'm going to create uh, listen. listen to the cabin.
Awesome.
And I am going to create. Uh, let me think. Creature doesn't feel cold,
Awesome.
which is
I
Creature of the Black Lagoon, by the way.
It's cool. I have a complication to throw at you for this.
Oh dear.
Misha's still standing on the stairs.
And I just went to 3 inhuman ones, and that will drop Syl.
Yep. Her eyes are bugging out as she watches random basically performing magic of some sort that she doesn't have any context for.
Yep, because right now with the Syl looks human going away, I look like a combination of a vampire, a hellhound, and the creature from the Black Lagoon.
So seen by Misha is now a thing that could become worse if you ignore it. um,
She doesn't
and
know. She doesn't know Syl drop. She'll just raise a claw to her fingers and say, "I'll I'll keep him safe," and sneak out.
mhm. Now, also before you roll for your sneaking around, I am going to hit you after a fair warning
Oh dear.
using the storm because you're about to go out in it.
Yep. That's part of why I put the creature doesn't feel cold is for environmental resistance. Oh,
Indeed.
okay.
So that means I can play a hard move against you.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put down a status. I'm going to turn the storm into a status 2.
I think
I'll also change the status of frightened teens to frightened Chad.
I will. Okay.
Now, a sneak around.
Okay.
Because Vincent is not going to be happy with you following the footsteps.
Nope. Dark shadows and flickering lights. Monsters can hide. Did I use heightened situational awareness for the other one? I don't think I did.
You did not. You used it a while ago.
Okay. Um, I do need to get rid of this, and I do need to get rid of that. I used monster movie mantras in the change the game, so I can't use it here.
Yeah.
I did not actually make the vampire eyes tag, so I can't use those. I think I've got everything I can.
All right. I cannot see something to tag, so. Oh, we could tag natural nemesis.
Oh, that's dangerous, but let's do it. We get a second
I
tag on the fiction on the thing, but yeah,
I have tagged it and added the attention.
cool. Here we go. Sneak around. Oh dear, you get to choose one.
All right. Someone unimportant noticed you, but that just made them important, right?
Yep.
As you're sneaking out of the cabin, random glances back and sees the silhouette of somebody standing in a one of the upper sorry, the second floor of the log cabin. um he's got a joint in one hand. There's smoke barely visible trailing out the window. He looks like Jay from Jay and Silent Bob. That's what
Got
I
it.
meant to say. Just a little bit.
Flash of lightning at just the right time.
Indeed. Um, he sees random looking quite monstery flash of lightning. He looks at the joint in his hand. You can hear a muffled thing say, "Oh no, fuck this shit," and just he hoiks it out the window into the lake and disappears from the window.
Well, that's two of the teenagers that have seen her.
Yep, you're getting a you're quickly getting a squad.
I haven't killed anyone yet either. This is important to Random. That means she hasn't become the monster. She is the monster, but she hasn't become the bad monster yet.
It takes a while for Laurie to get around. He has to go all the way around the lake because no way anyone is taking a boat in this weather. But luckily, going around the lake it's pretty clear of debris and such. So it's fairly easy going, and it's also pretty easy for Random to follow the tree line, which also keeps her a bit out of the weather. As you get closer, you can see the plane crash. Um, it's slightly sunk. The fuselage has cracked. There are pieces, there are wings burning in the forest, but everything's so damp that nothing is catching fire properly, aside from the fuel, which, will burn itself out most likely. Luckily, the rain abates a little bit as you get closer, or perhaps it's the shelter of the mountain.
Right.
Laurie yells, "Hello, is anyone there? What's..." You can see that the plane was full of crates of some sort. Well, quite a few of them are broken open. They were wooden crates, marked with logos of a corporation. Corporation is called Goliath Heavy Industries. Random can also make out, even in this darkness, thanks to her vampire vision, a designation scrawled into the side of the plane.
Oh dear.
D3m-313 /R. The broken open crates that lie around seem to have been filled with dirt.
Oh, okay. She's going to start trying to keep Lori in the range of her vision, but she's also going to try to look around to see what she can pick up and try to see if there's any immediate dangers that she can pick up, or if there's any immediate dangers, if there's any signs here of what's going on.
Mm.
And I
All right, that sounds like an investigate.
Yes, it does. And she's going to drop the hound, but she's going to replace it with werewolf, or actually either that or hound, for werewolf can track, werewolf can track, werewolf can track.
Hmm.
So still canine-y, but oh well. Okay. Let's
So
see.
what do we tag?
Heightened situational awareness.
Definitely.
Monster movie mantras.
Yep.
I know how monsters hide, so can I use that to look for how they look?
That's a good point. I will let you tag that.
Okay. Then I think I've got it.
Mm-hmm. I am not going to tag any weaknesses
Okay. This is investigate.
here. It is indeed invested.
Oh dear. Random's not having a good day out of the lab.
Oh no. Alright, I am going to make something horrible happen.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Random is looking around, but the scent of the fuel and the burning and everything is putting her off. Laurie walks over to the plane and is still calling out, while Random is hiding at the tree line. And she can see with stark clarity the moment an older man wearing um, wearing a leather jacket with a he has gray hair, is definitely balding, and is carrying the biggest crossbow that Random has ever even conceived of, even like from her experiences with movies.
Oh my goodness, that's huge.
Yeah.
She's probably seen Van Helsing.
He yells just he also seems to have like a bleeding head wound or something. He yells monster or just bellows it at the top of his lungs. There's a flash of lightning. He jumps slightly, hitting the trigger finger, and basically a stake the size of a tree branch hits Laurie directly in the shoulder. And Laurie goes down hard.
Does he get a face danger move?
Yes. Yes, that's
Oh dear.
yeah. I shouldn't treat Laurie completely like an NPC, so yes. I'm gonna go with uncanny luck here.
Okay.
Gym training. He has some reflexes.
I think shouldering others' burden, however, is a thing here.
I agree. That's an attention there. All right, let's face danger.
Oh,
I take the full status.
what's the full status?
Um, this is pretty injurious, so I'm going to go with a status 3. Um, chair leg sticking out of my shoulder.
Oh, damn. Yep. Okay. Um, so random is immediately going to dart across the field and trying to slam the older man with the crossbow up against a wall, and take the crossbow out of his hands.
Awesome. That sounds like a go toe to toe.
Yes, it does. Okay. Yep, it does. Uh, monster movie mantras. I'm going. She's going to be going to be calling. Let's see. The vampire eyes will be lost if she does another one. It's going to be. It's going to be Adam is strong. Adam is strong. Adam is strong.
Ooh.
Uh, let's see. Going to go ahead and do stack 3 mantras because she's still got two other things. They're not directly the combat capabilities of those things, but they are still movie monsters. She's got 3 running right now.
I agree.
Um, and dark shadows and flicker because she might be coming out of nowhere.
Oh, well, do appear out of nowhere then.
Good point. I actually have that as a tag. Yes,
Okay.
and I think that's all I can think of.
I am going to say do not ignore the rules.
There are a lot of movie rules that could go very badly for her right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the monster, but she's coming to someone else's defense. This is not how monsters do.
No. And good monsters die. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So, going toe to toe.
Indeed.
I get to choose one. And I think it's that she's going to be able to. She's going to go ahead and get him pinned against the, the wall, against a surface somewhere. But that's going to leave
Okay.
her vulnerable. But yeah, she's going to pin him against a tree or the back of a plane or something.
Indeed. Okay, so he's still got hold of the crossbow, but it's sticking against his chest as Random's probably grabbed the crossbow and is pinning him to the plane with it.
Yes, and she probably looks. Well, she still has the creature. She has werewolf, and now Adam. So a little bit stitched together.
The older man growls back at Random as he's pinned against the wall and says, "Foul, foul beast! I'll have you know I've faced far worse than you." But then mist begins rolling in around you both.
Well, that's nice and
And
fun.
there is, it's almost as if for Random, time is slowing down to a crawl. A shadow in the mist, a feminine shadow, leans over as if to whisper in her ear and says, "Oh, you, you and I are so much alike, dear. Hurt him a little for me, and I'll help your friend."
Oh, that's not nice. Um,
That that is not nice at all. Are you going to try and hurt him, or are you going to listen to the voice, or are you going to
she's going to try to
deny it?
she's going to try to resist. The old man sounds like the expert.
All right. So this is a face danger roll because you are not attempting to hurt him. He gets the upper hand.
Yeah.
And you notice that he has a silver bayonet on his crossbow.
Oh dear.
So face danger.
Okay. Um, let's see. The monster survives. Shoot. I'm going to go monster movie mantras to go on the Atom thing. About the Atom is strong, so that might help resist. And heightens. Let me check something here. Heavy filter between thoughts and expression because it's going to be hard for him to predict how she moves.
That's a good point. Also, you resisted the temptation, so I think that's apropos.
I
I
think I'll
I
stick
am
with that because I might want to
okay.
save other things for later.
Indeed. I can't see an applicable weakness tag. Except maybe do not ignore the rules, but mm,
There's the monster kills or do not ignore the rules. Um,
I don't think it's the monster kills because you actively chose not to try and hurt him when a clear benefit was.
right.
Um, so I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. Though I think that might be a fade on monster in the movie now that I think of it.
Well, it could be. I does it actually it does occur to me. We could tag Storm and Gale because that's going to make fighting even more difficult.
Yeah, and I could use it to my advantage since I'm currently got the creature going.
Hmm.
So it'd be a plus on my side, wouldn't it?
Oh, hmm. I was thinking it would be a negative.
Okay,
Um,
I'll go with the negative.
okay, because it's quite hard to grapple and everything
Yeah,
with the
true.
rain and gale.
I am going to go ahead and do creature doesn't feel cold though,
Oh,
because I can resist the environment issue a little bit.
this is a good point. I will allow it. Why are you down to? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes sense.
Okay, so I'm out of one face danger.
Yep. Oh,
Oh,
wow. Okay. Um, Snarling in rage and defiance, Random just pulls him off the wall and slams him into it with he is just not in the same class as Random at the moment.
it's like don't want the movie to start. Unfortunately, somebody's already injured, so
The voice from the mist tuts. The mist itself coalesces into the figure of a very attractive woman with black hair. wearing all black. Um, an evening gown, in fact, which is really out of place compared to what everyone else is wearing around here. She appears beside Laurie and sighs, "Oh, how boring." And here I was thinking this could be made a bit more fun.
So let's see. I could. I have the old man with the crossbow kind of pinned against the wall right now,
Mm.
and
He looks between the woman and Random and says, "Don't don't you understand? She's a creature far worse than anything."
it's like, she will go ahead and cock her head and look to where the other one is by Lori. Does it look like um, the woman in black means to harm Lori at all?
Doesn't look like it. Laurie is sort of trying to crawl away from her a bit, but she's staying a foot away. She even kneels and sort of plays a black nail across Laurie's forehead to push a lock of hair out of the way. Oh, keep him pinned there, dear.
Can I get an can I get a sense? Let's see here. Trying to think. Uh, can I get a sense of whether she's going to be hurt? Can I try to? She's going to go look. Random's going to look and try to see if it looks like this lady's planning on doing something to Lori.
Okay, that sounds like an investigate.
Yeah.
I'd say heightened situational awareness. I will also say raised in a lab cage because she's seen the cruelty that people who have people captured will do to others.
Yep. And I can't think of anything else out of the top of my head.
No, that looks like it. Let's do that. I am not marking any weaknesses.
Okay. So, investigate.
Yep.
Woo!
Okay, you get two clues that you can use. So
What is her intention towards Lori?
she's going to feed Laurie her blood.
Oh dear. Okay. Oh.
I believe you have a second clue.
How fast do I need to be to get there before she does that?
Before she does that, not too fast. You can probably stop her, but this woman is on a level like is on another level of magnitude. The predator's instinct that Random has is that this is a bigger predator.
Well, Part of the rules is two monsters in a movie, monsters must fight.
Agreed.
She is going to try to change the game up as she moves ahead. This, if you'll allow this, she's going to be going ahead and letting go of the hunter and charging forward and trying to change the game up before she gets there.
How so?
Changing out what mantras she's running for going less investigative and going more outright, and making some of them full out tags rather than just based off the movie mantra thing.
Okay.
Basically, bringing her power more to the fore. You know what? Actually, she's going to go ahead and try to go unleash her power. I'm going to try to stop holding back.
Ooh.
Be-
So,
because
what?
she is a monster. Random is the monster.
Okay, except for one thing.
Go on.
What happens when you try to do that to an avatar?
Probably going to get. It would for me to. All I'm looking is to stop her and stop her from infecting Lori. So it's up to you to determine whether what kind of sacrifice that is. I'm probably going to get myself tossed to the curve somewhere.
Yeah, that's probably going to happen, but you can at least stop her.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So, a stop holding back.
Which I only have a +1 on because I only have one logos.
Mm-hmm. All right. I've got to find this move so that I can. Actually, you can roll it and it should tell us, shouldn't it?
It should, yes. I don't know whether this. I think we've done it a couple times, but I can't remember whether it tells us, the different levels.
It's okay, I found it here.
Okay.
All right, so tell you the sacrifice it would take from you. Significant, no return, or ultimate. This is significant.
I'm not trying to kill her. I'm just trying to stop her.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And the stakes aren't high enough yet.
Right. And I'm going to get soundly trounced. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Mark fade, crack, and burn all the power tags on one theme.
Yep.
That's going to be because what she's doing is the adaptation. She's going at probably. I'm going to say she's going Terminator, Werewolf, Xenomorph
Hmm.
when she charges forward to try to stop this thing from feeding Lori her blood.
Indeed. All right. Fade and burn.
Yep.
Okay, random charges and hits the woman like a freight train. You both fly, kicking, screaming, and clawing at each other into the tree line until she gets the upper hand. Her strength is unbelievable, even with Random's mantras fully active. She spins Random around and smashes her into a tree. Snarling, you can see vampiric fangs beyond her lips. So disappointing, dear. So disappointing. I promise you this. I may not be able to stay and play with you now, but I am going to come back for him just so I can take him from you. You hear another heavy twang of the crossbow as another bolt hits the tree next to the woman, who evaporates into smoke and shadows and completely disappears. The last thing Random sees before she passes out is the man with the crossbow loading another bolt as he approaches her. Just before she passes out, she sees him standing over her, slowly lowering the crossbow, but reaching for some kind of chains from that he's wearing on his backpack. And that's where we're going to leave the session for tonight.
Oh, yay! So geeking out at the credits.
Indeed.
Oh,
How has the crew grown this session? I think we have
we met.
we met, yes, and we have a new power tag in.
Yep. Okay.
Crew theme book. Let's see.
Her default form looks vaguely reptilian, by the way. Mostly human, but eyes will be wrong, and there'll be some slight scaling. Think, Yanti pureblood, the kind that can pass for human.
Hmm.
Uh, and when she goes unconscious, she wasn't running, still looks human, so.
Uh, I mean, for a new crew theme power tag, see what have you learned to do well together? Get beat up.
Yeah. And actually, that might be useful.
Okay, so question C. Oh, I'll let you do it on yours.
It,
Um,
get beat up, or endure injury.
it. How about keep on ticking?
Keep on ticking sounds good, yes. Okay.
Oh, that's satisfying. I think. Okay. I think we both have earned a help on each other too.
I agree.
Laurie for the compassionate bringing the strange girl into the household, and Random for coming to Laurie's aid.
Yep.
Which character had the most meaningful interaction? Yeah, vice versa.
That.
That's the help hurt thing.
Yep. And which of your themes is most under most strain? In this case, it's the adaptation, the movie and the monster, which makes sense because it's the most violent of the three, and she's striving the most to avoid violence.
Hmm.
Um,
I don't think any of Laurie's themes is under that much strain at the moment. Maybe Eternal Optimist.
yeah.
um, yeah, I'll say Eternal Optimist. That probably is going to that's probably going to break into a Bastion.
Let's see.
Particularly if she actually if the woman in black has any say about it.
Yeah, I don't know if you want that to go ahead and happen. I just random wouldn't want that to happen.
No, no, no. That's perfectly fine. I kind of want it to happen at some point, but what happened in this session was so perfect beat wise that was amazing.
Indeed. I just, this is kind of first time out, major threat to somebody that was nice to her. It just, I'm just going to, I'm just going to smack it. And it's like, what happens if you do this to an avatar? It's like, okay, I'm going to get smacked.
Yes, I don't know how much you want to talk about the sort of arc that we're looking at here.
I don't know. Random. I never want to go completely human. I don't want her to ever go to sleeper, but I think she'll probably be vacillating between borderline and legendary a bit.
Yes, but this is really random learning to become human.
Yeah, okay. So I want her to become human. I don't want her to become normal. Let's say
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and I feel like the Laurie's thing is going to be a reflection. Laurie is a compassionate human being who is going to become a little more monstrous.
Indeed. I'm imagining one of your buildups is going to be a transformation, including change your mythos.
Oh, most likely.
Yeah.
After all, you can only get so much mileage out of the final girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, thank you very much for playing through. This was great, worked way better than I thought, and I we ended on an awesome cliffhanger, and I cannot wait for the next session.
Oh wow, this was so much Dracula 2000.
Well, yeah, the
Oh.
should I talk a bit about the backstage stuff?
Do you? I don't think we have to. We've been kind of keeping a lot of the backstage stuff. Like I haven't done any, I haven't vocalized any of Random's thought processes because I'm waiting for somebody to get into her head for that to happen.
I see. Okay, well, that's probably something that's going to happen at some point. All right, well, let's leave it there and we can leave the backstage stuff for backstage after talk.
Yep.
Thank you very much, everyone, for listening.
And thank you for running it. That was great. I have now two videos that I need to process related to this because I'm behind a little bit. But anyway,
Yeah.
talk to y'all later.
Later. Yep.
Um,
Remember to untick monsters can hide, so it looks human and
well,
pretend to
yeah,
be
I'll
human.
just start. I'll just start with reset. So
Reset. Sorry,
yeah,
yes, of course. It
yeah.
just hasn't updated on this. There we
No,
go.
you reminded me.
Cool.
I usually click reset when I get done with something, and I just forgot to do it. I never started the timer. I think we've been going about 20 minutes since we ended the character creation thing, so I'm going to put 40 minutes on.
Cool. Um, well, let's see. How about we get to the plane wreck? You'll do a bit of investigating and then we'll stop for the night.
Okay, cool. We'll do that instead of the timer.
Mhm. Oh, unless you would like to stop now, this would be
No, I'm having fun.
awesome. Awesome.
Okay. Have it marked in there.
Oh, cool. That's Do it.
I do wish they had, independent cards you could put out.
He he looks pretty much like Silent J from. Sorry, not Silent J. J was definitely not silent. A designation scrawled into the side of the plane.
Oh dear.
D3m-313 /R. I will write it into the.
I kind of did. Un- unless I got it wrong.
There you go.
I don't know how he got 114 out of that.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. My ears.
Hmm.
So still canine-y, but oh well.
Better than K9.
What?
Werewolf is better than a K9.
True. As a side thing, I'm waiting for the Riley Dorsey till someone asks her what her real name is.
Not a problem. Oh no. Alright, I am going to make something horrible happen.
Oh dear. I love some of your tags here. Can't rain all the time.
Yeah, movie reference.
Um, I, I haven't been I've been keep I'll talk about that after recording, but yeah, she's going to
Alright.
try to resist. Okay. I was thinking the face danger would be against the telepathic insult, but that's not that. Oh dear. Okay.
No, it wasn't an assault or anything like that. It was a temptation.